Hi, I wanted to go ahead and show you how easy it is to use a program like Evernote to keep track of your school stuff, if you run a business, to keep track of your business things. I like it because we have everything in one place. I'm using Eric's big screen, and he's running Windows 8, and it looks pretty much the same here as it does on my Windows 7 computer, and so the layout is pretty similar to all of them that I've seen so far. So the way we like to use Evernote, we have one main account for Eric and I that we share for our business, and then I have all of the family stuff in here too. The kids each have their own account so they can keep track of things on their own. But the great thing about Evernote is it has the ability to share notebooks with people. So for instance, this is a notebook that we had going last year for Jacob when I was homeschooling him, and he was living with his dad before he started the charter school. So I was able to put his lessons in here and then sync it, and then because we shared a folder, he could then look at it on his end. I do the same thing with Amber. Amber and I share a lot of business stuff, and we have things that we're keeping track of, and it's just super helpful to be able to have everything sort of in one place. The reasons why I like to use it for homeschooling is because I can create it on the computer where it's nice and big and I can see everything. Like for instance, right now you can see that I've got Sam and Eleanor's stuff in here, and I can keep notes for each of the grades and for semesters that I want to keep notes for. And then I can create a new note, and the great thing is if you know how to use Word or any document processing software, it's pretty intuitive. You can make a table, you can increase, decrease, make bullets. If you look at the ones that I've done here, these are Sam's for January. You're able to make check boxes, so you can sort of keep yourself going and make sure that you accomplish the things that you set forth, and you can be as detailed as you want. This is an example of a table that's 2 columns wide and 2 rows high. So I like to do about a month at a time. Sometimes I'll do 2 months, but it can get overwhelming. The great thing about this too is if you wanted to print this, if you needed to print it for, say that you're working with a charter or somebody who needs to see what it is, you can print it. You can also come up here and you can share it. There's several different ways to share it. You can send an email that'll send them a link to your note, and even if they're not an Evernote subscriber, they can open it up and at least look at it. They can't make any changes to it, but they can look at it. There are like global notebooks. For instance, we have our Waldorf planner on here as well, and so that's like a shared notebook that we have the entire notebook shared with several different people that are using the planner. So it makes it easy, and I can go in here and add anything I want at any time, and then when I sync it, it'll sync to everybody's. In fact, anybody that has access to this planner has probably seen some family pictures in there from time to time, some eBay stuff in there from time to time, because strangely it defaults when you take a picture from our cameras and send it to Evernote. It defaults to the shared planner. I don't know how I got so lucky. But that's another reason that I really like this. So say I'm at a homeschool conference or even just at the library, and I see a book that I want to utilize for next year. And so I can take a picture, and I don't have a picture of a book, but we're going to pretend that I do. We're going to pretend this picture of this house that I'm in love with is a picture of a book. And so you can go up and you can share it with Evernote, and it'll send to Evernote. You have to install the Evernote app on your phone, and see right here it defaults to this Waldorf Homeschool Planner. So maybe I'll just leave it in there so you can all see my dream house, just so that you can see what I'm talking about. But then you go ahead and you click this the check button, and then if I go up here and sync it on this end, it will end up where it shouldn't be in the planner, and there's the house. So I'll leave that there so you guys can get a good laugh, but then I'll move it later. So you can also move things within within folders really easily. It's pretty drag and drop. Like, for instance, we actually do have a folder for home dreams, and I could move that house to, you know, kids lessons, and then move it back. I mean, it's really very, very, very easy as far as, you know, being intuitive. So don't be intimidated by it. Even if you're not, you know, if you're not somebody who loves the computer, don't be intimidated by it. It can be a very useful tool. And I find it especially useful. It's great if you just are using it on the computer, but it's even better if you've got a tablet or a smartphone, because then you're taking it with you. I love to be able to take my lesson plans with me and have all my notes for anything that I need, and have it all be ready there. Books that I need to check out at the library, I can make notes right in here. Excuse me. And I can, you know, that way really be able to see what I need to pick up. The other, like, funny thing that we sort of do with it is we have a miscellaneous home file, and you can see that we make our grocery list in here. So I can make the grocery list and I can sync it, and you know, Eric can then go to the grocery store and everything that we need is on one big list. So we've been able to really utilize it that way. And really, you know, I think that if you've got anything that you're trying to keep track of for home, even if we weren't running a business, we would use it. You know, I use a lot of it for the business end of it. You know, I do all of our content creation happens here in Evernote, and I do that because I can sync it if I'm at the computer. Say I want to go and sit and work on it at the park, or I know I'm going to have to wait for one of our kids to do something. I can work on it then on my phone or my tablet, and it's right there. I don't have to worry about, you know, leaving it and you know, not having access to it. So we have one account that's synced across this computer, my laptop, and all of the adult phones in our house. So, and then the kids have an Evernote account too that they use, like I said, for school and things like that. Only for my big kids, you know, my big kids that are starting to type and starting to really learn about the computer. I want them to be able to use this program, because this is a dynamic program that a lot of businesses use, and in fact there's a whole business level platform for larger companies. So, you know, I find it to be super easy and intuitive to use. So I hope that it's helpful for you. If you have any questions about it, please pop me an email. Thank you. Bye now.